Good morning. Welcome to another episode in our conversations with persons who have been achievers, who have several accomplishments to their name, and who wear the laurels very lightly, almost invisibly. These are not the people that talk about their achievements. These are the people whose achievements talk for themselves. They are not those that project themselves on the stage. They are the ones that have to be persuaded to claim the legitimate role because of what they have done, what they have achieved, what they have accomplished. In the very large number of companies in India, big, small, old, young, whatever way you categorize it or segment it, there are some companies that not just capture the imagination, but stay around for a long time in positions of leadership and continue to demonstrate that hard work, intelligent work, smart work will ensure that the leadership position is retained. One such company, which is an infrastructure giant and which deservedly has the tagline, "We make the things that make India proud." I think it's a very strong statement, but it's a statement that is based on a track record of making things that make India proud. But companies don't exist by themselves. There are persons that ensure that companies are what they are, that companies do what they do. And my guest in this conversation is the co-pilot of that company, which makes the things that make India proud. And clearly, the co-pilot has had a very large role. And I have seen this up close to say with complete confidence that he's the person that holds this vast empire together, ensures that they have what it takes to perform and to be in positions of leadership, as well as to do it in a manner that is sustainable and that is exemplary. Allow me to welcome to the conversation Mr. R. Shankar Raman, the long-standing Chief Financial Officer of the L&T. Welcome, R.
Thank you, sir.
I did have the privilege of seeing you very, very close over the last few years and of interacting with you in boardrooms, in committee rooms, outside of those. So I don't want to start there. I want to start with when you were a young lad yourself and you went to the Padma Seshadri school, if I know right. The Padma Seshadri school, I am aware because I am not a Chennai person, I am a Madras person, if you get what I mean. I go back to that vintage. It's the only school that I know which has been started by a ladies' club and rose to the #1 position. And you had parents whispering in the ears of newborn children, "You must grow up to be smart to qualify to get into Padma Seshadri school." They used to say it earlier of Harvard, but I think now they say that of Padma Seshadri. What was that experience like? Was it fiercely competitive academically and otherwise?
Sir, good morning, and thank you for your very, very kind words of introduction. I think I feel very humbled, especially since it comes from you, because all of us in the industry hold you in such high esteem that we know that some words of appreciation from you means a lot for us. So thank you so much for that. Sir, I somehow have been fortunate that I've always worked in and or part of institutions which are larger than life. I think Padma Seshadri was one such, and a lot of credit to my temperament, my character, my work ethic goes back to Mrs. Y.G. Parthasarathi, who actually started that school. A group of ladies, housewives, who had time to spare, but were deeply committed to development of education, started this school in a small thatched hut And I think the school, I joined the school in 1969, and the school was started in 62 or 63. So about fourth or fifth batch, so to speak. So infrastructure was very frugal. It's quite a coincidence that I'm spending a lot of my time with a company which makes top class infrastructure. But those days, it was a small building. And as we were going through our schooling, the school started developing in front of our own eyes. I remember that we speak about advocacy. I must mention that Mrs. Y.G. Patsati invited Mr. M. Karunanidhi, who was the chief minister then during that period, to come and inaugurate a certain function of our school. And in the process, made a few of us children make an appeal to him to give us a playground. And by very, very smart propositioning, she got a prime land opposite to the school, which is behind today's Vallur Kotam, as playground for the school. And I think that was the commitment of the lady. And we had exceptional teachers. I think these were teachers who were not teaching because it was remunerative for them. These were teachers who actually wanted to impart education. A lot of weightage was given to character building, culture, and also traditions. We were one of those schools which had daily prayers, which was almost 45 minutes long. And the prayer was broken into prayers. And I mean, we were praying for all faith. It was not any specific god or goddess. And secondly, the prayer also had a 15-minute session by students by rotation on thought for the day. So many of the thoughts that we actually experience in life had its origin in those thought for the day sessions. And we used to work close to 300 days in a year. So there are 300 different students who used to go up and talk for 10 minutes. It also built our extempore capabilities, because we were just told the previous evening as to who will stand up and do that thought for the day session. So there's not much preparation time. So we have to actually piece together whatever that we could do. So I think the education was very purposeful. I don't think it was very competitive, because I don't think the school was drilling into our heads that we should get 99.9. I think the school was actually drilling into our heads that we should become responsible citizens and we should become good human beings. So I think those days were very different in terms of competitiveness. I think it was shaping of character more than actually getting to be number one in the state or in the city.